morning, Sunshine City, coming at you from 7.7 on the Richter scale. It's another beautiful day, not a bad air day. Let's call it a pale beige day. Just a little color in the biosphere to go nicely with those bright orange pumps. How about a little jam for your morning toast? We got you covered. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
Dear Sam, if quantity counts, this place definitely adds up. I'm still looking. Dear Sam, there's a certain magic in the air here. Now you see it. Now you don't. Dear Sam, they say that every state is a state of mind. What I want to know is whose mind? But I do think I'm getting closer. Sam, I always say whatever feels right. Well, right now I feel fine.
Riding across the plains to the west in the early morning light, I see them rising slow. I see sandstone guards at the gate of a granite canyon, watching over the town below. And as the sunrise turns the flat irons into gold, I remember why I came here and why I never mean to go. Coming into Boulder feels so fine. Walking with my baby and my shade by the riverside. And if I should wander far and wide, coming back into Boulder feels so fine. Walking along the Pearl Street Mall in the evening time, and everybody is smiling so, as if they didn't have a care in the world about tomorrow. Easy coming, easy go. There's something about the way I'm feeling tonight. If it's anything like heaven, I know heaven's gonna be alright. Coming into Boulder feels so fine. Walking with my baby and the shade by the riverside. And if I should wander far and wide, coming back into Boulder feels so fine.
Good.
Because everything is gonna be alright.
Yeah. You guys are good.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Diversity is really one of the strengths that we have in our community. I think Boulder is perhaps one of the best communities that I've ever been in for giving people a chance. The community really opened their arms to me, and I thought I would stay 1 year, but 18 years later I'm still here. I have a textured map on my wall of the Boulder Valley. The brown area on the map is open space. This area almost completely surrounds the entire city. There are over 35,000 acres of open space land owned by the city and by Boulder County. You really can have an experience right in the metropolitan area where you can absolutely be away. The sound of traffic is gone. You hear the sound of the creek running. You sit on the land. You feel grounded. You have a nice, quiet conversation. And you come back to work and you really feel refreshed. I think that's the kind of thing that we want to preserve forever and ever for many generations to come. That may be the most important thing that you can give to the next generation, is something to be proud of.
We're such a nut.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Look, we've got to get back to the office, but you can come along with us if you'd like. Come on, Rob.
Okay.
I'm parked right over here at the historic Boulder Theater. It's a real popular place for a lot of different entertainment and dancing.
Mom, and magic shows.
That's right, Rob, and magic shows. The building was actually built in 1906, and in 1935 it officially became the Boulder Theater. Come on, let's go. Boulder really advocates the renovation of the historical buildings. Okay, climb in the back, put your seatbelt on, please. When I started my business, Fathom Technologies, and we opened the doors in January of '87, with a startup company, you normally have an enormous amount of attrition, and we really don't see that here in Boulder. A lot of the businesses around Boulder are actually a family atmosphere, a family environment. My son, who was born in October of '87, spent the first 8 months of his life in the office. Boulder is such an environment for startup companies, and there's so many success stories that it would be impossible to highlight all of the companies, but there are a few that I would like to point out to you. For example, Career Track has been a real success story here in Boulder. Basically, these two guys got together and created programs that you could supplement your bachelor's, your MBA, or whatever with self-help tapes and study programs. Valley Labs started actually in a garage right here in Boulder, and now they make some of the most sophisticated, high-tech medical instruments and ship throughout the world. Part of the business attitude of Boulder is to add value to society, either by services or products that we create. A few years ago, John Nesbitt, a futurist, coined the term high-tech, high-touch. And that really exemplifies Boulder. Here we are at Celestial Seasonings Visitor Center.
Mom, they gave free tea here. Free tea.
We'll wait for you.
We wait for you.
Boulder's a great place to start new ideas. When I first started Celestial Seasonings here, people encouraged me. Although the truth is that when I was walking down the alleys, picking all those plants, I think people probably wanted to cover up their shrubs when they saw a mow coming down with the gunny sack. But really, it's a very friendly town. And the university's here, and there's a lot of thought. It's a thoughtful town, and people are starting new companies, new ideas. And if things are tough and you're not quite certain what to do, or business is bad or confusing to get it started, there's a lot of other entrepreneurs that are trying something, and they may be succeeding or failing in the same areas or some of the same common problems, and you can get together and talk and help each other solve your problems. Boulder thinks globally. People think globally because we're a cosmopolitan little town. The size of our town hasn't stopped the thought process. It's a bright town, and global is just part of where the world is going. It's that simple. And I think that Boulder is one of a kind of a trend-setting town and not a trend-following town. We're not workaholics, although I think people do work hard here. Half of my pals are skiers trapped in the clothes of businessmen. It seems like outside interests are loved as much as the work.
Well, we don't have any tea around here, but we do have popsicles in the refrigerator.
I'll get it.
Well, as you can see, we're in a high-tech environment, but things are still pretty relaxed around here. In Boulder, professionalism is an attitude, not a dress code.
Jordan, never feared Guy is here. What do you
Hi
got?
there. I've been waiting for you.
All right.
Now here's someone that can really show you around Boulder.
Bet I can, but you gotta scram. You gotta move fast if you want to last in this business. Bye, Jordan.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Hey, hop on board. You won't be bored. Guy guarantees it. Come on, come on.
Hey, you forgot your popsicle.
Got a pickup to make and I can't be late. Never feared Guy is here. What do you got?
Something from my publisher, New York.
Okay, I think I can make it there. It's important, right?
Fast. Very fast. My whole life is in it. My whole
Okay,
life.
you can trust Guy, it'll fly. Hey, I got a book to deliver.
Would you like to come in? Have some tea or something? Hi, hon. Just a sec, I have to get my screenplay to make copies. I'll be right back. So, hi. Come on upstairs. There's a great view from the balcony.
Great idea. It's really pretty up there.
We limit building heights in Boulder to 55 feet so we can always count on a view. Somebody said that a mature tree grows to the height of 55 feet and people just didn't want to compete with the grandeur and scale of the mountains. You've heard of Harvard Square. This is Church Square. Methodist over there, Episcopal, the Buddhist temple, Catholic over here. There are over 50 denominations in Boulder. I think people in Boulder are very spiritual in a lot of different ways. It's a very committed community where people volunteer hundreds of hours of their time. I work with senior citizens taking their blood pressures for them so they don't have to spend $40 for an office call. There's emergency family assistance, a shelter. People are seeking, looking for a better way. Whatever your interest or whatever your challenge, you can find a support group or workshop on it. Rats, help! I need a workshop. I'm learning how to run one of these.
What, are you trying to break my machine?
Yeah,
Just set it up, put it right there, push the button. I'm a technological genius. Come with me, and I'll show you the best part of Boulder. You want food? Just spin the globe. Boulder's got it all. Italian, Jewish, Chinese, Japanese, elegant, fancy, casual. Coffee houses of all description. Boulder's a small town that has the attributes of a big city. When I first moved out here, I thought, the West? Give me a break. But the reality is the environment's beautiful, the people are really nice, and it's a great place to raise your kids. Looks great. Now, let me finish my lunch.
You can come with me. I'm off to the farmer's market. Boulder started out as a market town. It was a supply center for the gold mines in the mountains to the west, and all the gold seekers would come into town to buy what they needed. You know, at one time there were 3 railroads that ran through Boulder, all bringing supplies here for the mines in the mountains. One of the most interesting aspects of Boulder's history is the fact that the Plains Indians, the Cheyennes and the Arapahoes, once lived in this area. My interest in the history of this area stems from my work. I'm an author of books on the West. Boulder is a writer's paradise. When it comes to education, Boulder is very rich. You have a lot of intellectual energy here. Everyone gets involved. Everybody has an opinion. The atmosphere here just feeds the creative mind. Hi, Ted.
Hi there, how you doing?
How you doing today?
Very good.
What a great morning. What have you got here?
Oh, what do we have today? We have some dill, some basil, eggplants, onions, and beets.
Oh,
And
the
plenty of flowers,
onions.
of course.
The onions are beautiful.
Thank you.
You know, you should go with him. He lives in a piece of Boulder history.
Yep, sure do. Want to come along? We'll hop in the van and bounce on down the road. The best thing about Boulder is this: 5 minutes and you're in the country. This is where we live. It's an old schoolhouse built in the 1800s. Live here with my family. We grow on 7 acres. All of our products are organically grown. Boulder seems to like it that way. See a lot of wildlife around here. Deer, mountain lion occasionally, eagles, foxes. The climate here is great year-round. Even in the wintertime, it's great. The snow comes down, sun comes back out, people come back out. Boulder's located here on the Front Range, about midway between Denver and Rocky Mountain National Park. Here we have Longmont to the north. Hey, there's John Stenner. Should catch up and talk to him. My Boulder moves pretty fast. Come on, you're gonna have to keep up, get my perspective. Boulder has a lot of world-class athletes, but one of the neat things about Boulder is the fact that everybody participates in athletic and recreational activities, and I think that's why you see the community look so healthy and energetic.
In a town of 85,000 people, it's amazing when 30,000 turn out to run the Boulder and the rest come to watch. Now that gives a whole new meaning to community spirit.
I suppose if Boulder had a flag to wave, it'd be made of spandex.
Step by step, side by side, hand in hand, this whole world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor, side by side. Well, we've stumbled and we've broken our stride, wearing old worn-out boots of foolish pride. We're gonna put on our brand new running shoes to run a race in which no one can really lose. Step by step, side by side, hand in hand, this whole world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbors, side by side. If you see
Boulder, what a great place to live. Where else can you get the sun? It's 365 days a year, minus a few here and there. What more could you want? Maybe a job. Hey, Doug.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have any spare bikes, would you?
Oh, I got a couple.
Doug takes these old bikes and fixes them up and gives them to kids on the Indian reservation. But he wouldn't tell you about that, would you, Doug?
Oh, I might.
Well, I'm out of here. Why don't you take over for me?
Okay, thanks a lot, John. Cinto. Bring it here. Come here, Cinto. All right, Cinto. Hey, you want to go on a run? Okay. Hey, we're going to go on a run. You can come with us if you want. If running's not your thing, there's about everything else you can think of. And including fishing and backpacking and skiing real close by. Within 100 miles, we have certainly some of the best skiing in the world. Snow's always good, deep, and dry. Boulder has the only city-owned kayak course in the country. Water's a little low right now, but normally it's filled with quite a few kayaks.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, Charles, what's up?
All right, Cinto, my favorite K9.
Here's somebody who you should talk to. He's a former Orange Bowl star, and he's on his way to CU Law School. Charles, why don't you take him for a tour around campus?
Well, okay, but no Orange Bowl stories.
Catch you later, man.
Doug. I've been to over a dozen classic college towns in America, and Boulder's probably the most classic of all. People here really value education. In fact, I read a survey that indicated that over 55% of the community has had at least 4 years of college education. Boulder's been a wonderful experience for me. Graduation, the Orange Bowl, the friends I've gained here. Man, the things that happened to me on this field. When my little brother started to have trouble back home, being hassled by gangs and the influences of inner city, I brought him out here. I felt Boulder was a better environment for my little brother to concentrate on school. When you have a glacier staring you in your face, you know, it kind of puts things in perspective. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Charles.
Talk about the big leagues. Here's Susan Solomon, National Academy of Science. Hey, Susan, why don't you take the ball for me?
Well, where do I start? Actually, it's easy. Talking about science in Boulder is a piece of cake because there's so much going on here. You can start with the university. Probably the most well-known thing is Tom Cech. He's a Nobel Prize winner, does research in biochemistry, and his work is attracting a lot of industry here to the area, a lot of good people to the area. The university has a big influence on this town. Of course, that's natural. You can't have a university of 25,000 in a town of 85,000 without feeling the impacts. And one of the results of that is that Boulder has one of the most highly skilled workforces in the country. This is NCAR. They do research on just about all aspects of atmospheric science. In fact, they even do some work trying to understand how the sun interacts with our atmosphere. But I guess what they're known for the most is their work on the greenhouse effect. They try to understand how the planet's going to respond as greenhouse gases warm the atmosphere in the next couple of 100 years.
Morning, Susan.
Morning, Rolando.
What brings you to NCAR this morning?
Well, you know, you have the pleasure of working in this beautiful building, but you don't have to work at NCAR to enjoy it. People from all around the atmospheric sciences community and NCAR interact with one another. So what we really have in Boulder is a scientific community of people interested in atmospheric research. Rolando Garcia and I were among the first to understand reasons why the ozone hole was happening over Antarctica. I like to explain the magnitude of the problem this way. We've made a hole in our ozone layer so large you can see it from space. At the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, where I work, we've done a lot to monitor ozone depletion and help find solutions. It's really saying something when people like Margaret Thatcher come to Boulder looking for solutions to their environmental problems. Now that guy could really tell you a lot about Boulder.
Theater tonight? I'll beat you to the castle.
You think so? You're on, Sam. Come on, let's go.